Hi, my name is Bradley Laporte. In this presentation, I'll be performing a role-playing scenario. This scenario will focus on addressing a performance challenge in the field of ABA, specifically regarding data collection. This roleplay will demonstrate a supervisor addressing the issue with an RBD, considering potential contributing factors. For this roleplay, I will play both the roles of the supervisor and I will play the role of a fictional RBT I created named Carlos. Carlos is a dedicated registered RBT who works at Easter Seals. Recently, I've noted some inconsistencies in the data he's been recording, particularly regarding the level of prompts used during discrete trial training. Believing that while Carlos is proficient in English, due to the nuances of the English language and professional terminology, there might be concerns that this is contributing to the accuracy of his data collection. I am going to address any possible language barriers, provide solutions, and extra support to help Carlos become better at data collection. Hey, Carlos. Thanks for meeting with me today. I know that it can be difficult to meet outside our normal hours, so I really appreciate that you're taking the time to meet with me. The reason why I wanted to meet with you today is during our observations I've had with you the past month, I've noticed some discrepancy in the data that's being collected and what I'm observing. I've noticed specifically you're recording model prompts when they are gesture prompts. I've also noticed some discrepancies between vocal prompts when we're doing full echoic prompts and partial echoic prompts. I just wanted to go over these with you. The reason why this is important is we want to make sure we're recording the right prompt, so that way we know when to properly fade our prompts towards independence. If you are recording the wrong prompts, I might come in or another RBT might come in and might start using the wrong prompts or might read the data and see progress differently than what's actually happening during session. Bradley, yeah, I'm trying to collect data as accurately as possible. I thought I was doing it right. I know how important it is. I really want to make sure I'm doing things right. I really appreciate your commitment, Carlos. Thank you for understanding and stating that you want to try to get better at data collection. I was wondering, and please be honest with me here, do you ever find the specific English language used on our data sheets to describe the different prompt levels a little confusing? Or perhaps the way the treatment plans explain the prompting strategies? Sometimes even for me, I have to reread the prompts several times. I'm just wondering if you think the language could be a barrier for you here. You know, I do read the prompts several times because I do get confused with the language on them. Especially when it's like two prompt levels that are so close to one another, like a echoic prompt and a partial echoic. It's the difference is when they're written down. It's a little harder for me to grasp what they look like and really what makes one prompt different from the other. Thank you for sharing that, Carlos. Honesty is very helpful. It reinforces the thought that the language of the prompts might be a contributing factor to why your data has been inaccurate. To help make things clearer, I have a couple ideas. I was thinking I could reach out to the program managers and try to get Spanish translations for the prompts. To help you understand them better, and that way you can implement them correctly and have a better understanding for your data collection when you go to collect data, making sure that you understand what each prompt looks like and that it's being implemented correctly and the data of it is being recorded correctly. Do you think that could help? Oh yeah, that would help me. That would help me a lot, actually. Yeah, I definitely think having like Spanish translations for the prompting hierarchies would really benefit me. Especially, I tend to read Spanish faster than English, and I have kiddos that it's hard for me to spend extra time trying to interpret what a prompt wants me to do when I could just read it in Spanish and understand it quicker. So that would help me a lot. Understanding it and just helping me with the flow of my sessions. Excellent. I'm glad that sounds like something that will help benefit you. What I'm going to do is after we meet, I'll reach out to the program managers and talk to them about getting the prompting hierarchies translated into Spanish for you. Something I'd also like to do is work with you to create a document that will act as a glossary of prompting terms, and then we'll include their Spanish translations in them. This will be a document that you can take with you to have during sessions. You can review it before session, during session, after session. It will be a living document, meaning that you can update it with terms that you would like to have a Spanish translation for, and I can also update it with terms that might be related to a case coming up, or it might be just words that I think would be beneficial for you to have the Spanish translation. So we'll work together to make the document, and we'll both work over time to keep it updated. How does that sound? Okay, yeah, I like that idea. It'd be like a visual aid I could have with me and reference it whenever I needed it. I think that would really help me a lot, because sometimes I'm like looking on like Google like Translator, and I think having just a document that I could keep with me and reference at all times over all my participants would really help me. So I like that idea. I think that's something that we should do, and I'd like to work with you on that. Excellent. Cool. Sounds like we have a plan then. What I'm going to do is, once we're done talking, I will reach out to the program managers and have them work on getting Spanish translations for the prompting hierarchy ready for you. I'm also going to start working on our glossary. I will create the base of the document, add some terms that I think should be in there. Once I email it over to you, you can start adding your own terms and adding definitions. We can work together on the definitions. And then finally, I do have another planned overlap with you coming up. That overlap, I really want to show you each prompt and what it looks like with a participant. You can ask me questions then. Let me know, think about any questions you might have your next few sessions until I overlap you, and once we're together, we can really tackle those questions, and I can demonstrate properly what the prompts look like. But once again, thank you for meeting with me, Carlos. It sounds like we have a plan. I think you're doing great. I'm glad we had this conversation. I think this is a great starting point for us to help improve your data collection. We'll meet again next month and see how your data collection's going and see if we need to make any changes to our current plan. Thank you. Thank you, Bradley. I really appreciate taking your time out of your day to come up with these ideas. I think they'll be really beneficial. I already have some ideas of words I want to put in my glossary, and I will be paying attention to my next few sessions to see if I have any potential questions for overlap that you could help guide me with. So I really do appreciate this meeting. I appreciate the fact that we have a plan going forward to help and try to help me improve as a RBT. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Yeah, you have a good day too, Carlos. Thank you so much for everything you do for this company. I'm glad that you like the plan, and I'll get started on implementing it right after we're done talking. Enjoy the rest of your day.